Nowhere else in the world do the natural and spiritual run together so closely as in India. This is a place where fire and air, animals and trees, mountains and rivers are revered as gods. Today, these very gods are endangered. Flowing through the heart of the Indian capital, the Yamuna is gasping for life.
History has it that the Mughal emperors of Delhi used to serenade their favorite queens by the banks of the Yamuna. This 55-million-year-old sacred river has been the lifeline of the Indian capital down the ages. However, looking at these black, putrid waters, it's difficult to imagine that the majestic Yamuna once served as a muse to poets and provided spiritual and physical sustenance to the masses. For today, the Yamuna has tragically been reduced to a very pale shadow of its former glory. The sewage line of Delhi, one of the most polluted rivers in the world, the Yamuna, is gravely endangered.
Part of the Yamuna story is all about urbanization. It's about the frenzy that's driving India's population to the cities, looking for a life and livelihood. Crammed into unplanned living spaces, people are using up the lakes and the rivers, squeezing out their vitality faster than they can replenish themselves. That's the script. A population of 14 million people is writing for the lifeline of Delhi every day.
It keeps on getting dirtier because of the bigger density of population and the sewage system in parts of Delhi. Delhi is an ancient city, being old. Newer parts which are coming up, they're not always, colonies are built up without any, because they're built up just as they are by builders and so on.
Hindus know the Yamuna as Yami. She is the daughter of Surya, the sun god, and the sister of Yama, the god of death. A dip in the Yamuna is believed to free people from the torments of death. Today, Yami is looking for someone to repay that favor she's been doing to countless human beings.
Nobody looks at what is the requirement of the river. You only look at what the mankind requires from the river, but nobody is trying to understand what is the requirement of the river.
The growing city is shrinking the river. Illegal colonies are rushing to occupy the places they are forcing her to vacate. The Akshardham Temple complex and the Commonwealth Games village have already encroached the river's floodplains. The concrete buildings have stolen the river's space forever.
It is expected that due to the climate change, your intensities of the precipitation will be much higher. So that means that the floods which we have been experiencing so far, the severity of the floods might be much more in future. So if you keep on constricting the rivers, then the size of the floods and the damage due to the floods will be much higher.
The journey of Yamuna begins at Yamunotri, its Himalayan source in Uttarakhand. It travels 1376 kilometers till it merges with Ganga at Allahabad. Along the way, she sustains 57 million people. Its biggest nightmare is Delhi, and the killing of the river starts just after it enters Wazirabad.
I am at this very entry point in Wazirabad in northeast Delhi, in a stark and cruel real-life reminder of a before and after advertisement. This is the quality of water here. The moment the river enters Delhi, it starts dying a slow death. From this point on, despite meeting more than 70% of the water requirements of the National Capital Region, our collective ingratitude sucks the life force out of the river, turning it into a virtual drain.
In Delhi, 18 drains discharge their waste into the Yamuna. They make it the most polluted river in the country that practically has no biologically dissolved oxygen.
This is the tragedy of Delhi. Yamuna, as it flows past Delhi, is a dead river. It just hasn't been officially cremated.
As I reach Nigambodh Ghat, death stares me in the face. The river of rebirth is dead. It's the one stark fact that exposes every promise this Delhi government has been making about cleaning the river.
I don't think a river which has become as dirty and as inadequate for drinking as the Yamuna has can be cleaned up in 6 months or a year or two. It's going to take 5-6 years.
It took Dikshit and her government 12 years to realize it. The Yamuna Action Plan was set up nearly 15 years ago to clean the river, and Dikshit and her government have been in charge for 12 years. The country's largest ever river restoration project has been a complete disaster, and Delhi's longest reigning chief minister admits as much.
I must tell you very frankly that all these measures that were taken were not successful because I think there wasn't a holistic approach to it all. They did not give the desired result.
The statistics show that we've spent 1,500 crore on a stretch of a river which is only 22 kilometers, and it's probably the world's most expensive river cleaning program, and it certainly has not had impact.
1,500 crore rupees flushed down the drain. While some money was spent on making electric crematoriums, improving the ghats, making toilets and generating awareness, majority of the money was spent on making the 17 sewage treatment plants, which are either underutilized or in passed out Delhi sitting idle because of lack of electricity. And this despite the fact that the plants were meant to clean up to 2,330 million liters of sewage daily, or roughly 90% of the waste.
Now, in a country like India, we have to understand that large parts of our city are today not connected to the sewage system at all. Now, it is there we have now set up these sewage treatment plants, but forgotten the fact that you need sewage to treat. So, in most of our sewage treatment plants, the tragedy is that there are plants where there is no sewage, and where there is sewage, there is no sewage treatment plant.
Worse, the waste from unauthorized colonies is randomly dumped into the Yamuna river, into the water that's already coming out of the treatment plant. 3.6 billion tons of untreated sewage flows daily into the Yamuna. The dirt in the Yamuna is not just an unpleasant sight, it's the water that the city drinks. Fecal levels run into crores at several points against a maximum of 5,000 milliliters, making it unfit for drinking and bathing.
यमुना जो है ठीक जैसी मेरे हाथ की वेन है, जैसे मेरे हाथ की ये नाड़ी है, ऐसे ही दिल्ली की नाड़ी है। इस यमुना में जो भी कुछ गंदगी आती है ना, वो दिल्ली के हर आदमी के पेट में जाती है, हर आदमी को बीमार करती है।
The capital literally dumps 60% of its daily waste into the helpless river. Factories and industrial zones discharge harmful effluents while people, both rich and poor, discard their sewage on a daily basis, polluting the river with impunity.
By throwing these plastic bags in the river, don't you think you're adding to the pollution of the river?
क्या हुआ? हमने तो कुछ नहीं किया। मैं तो नहीं फेंका।
अरे थोड़ी सी जल्दी हो, मैं गाड़ी रोड पे खड़ी हुई।
I know, but I think there is no option.
यमुना के हत्यारे दिल्ली के लोग हैं। दिल्ली के लोगों ने यमुना को कभी यह माँ की तरह, नदी की तरह नहीं देखा। इन्होंने इसको मैला ढोने वाली मालगाड़ी की तरह ही देखा है। इसलिए कार में आते हैं, मैला डाल के इसमें चले जाते हैं। यमुना की जंग में, यमुना की जंग में, यमुना सत्याग्रह।
Led by the Waterman of India, the Yamuna Satyagrah has been fighting to save the river ever since the Commonwealth Games village came up on the Yamuna floodplains.
It's courtesy tireless efforts of activists like Rajendra Singh that the Yamuna has a chance at regeneration, as the government calls a halt to all further encroachments and construction on the river's floodplains. But is it too little, too late? More on the never-ending wars of the Yamuna after the break.
I remember in my childhood, I lost an uncle who was eaten up by an alligator in this very river. And now you don't find even fish, and alligators are no more there.
When I was hardly 6 years old, we used to go and play cricket along the Red Fort and then go to the Jamna with our friends. And then we used to enjoy a swim, or sometimes we just kept roaming around it, and it was so clean.
Majnu Ka Tilla used to become a picnic spot, a kite flying this thing, and the people used to enjoy Yamuna.